Hey guys, Elikai here. Today we're gonna have a video over the new Battlegrounds buddy system. And then we'll go over each buddy, hopefully quickly, since there's a lot of them. So this is probably gonna be one of the biggest changes to Battlegrounds since it began. Whole new system. Still can't believe it took him this long to nerf this card. Alright, so general updates. They're taking out the armor system, and we'll bring it back later. Hero selection. Cost of tier 5 increased by 2 gold. That seems like a pretty big deal. So with it at 11 gold, when you tier to 4, and then it costs 8, I think. Then you used to be able to tier up, sell a minion, buy a minion, which was okay. And now when you do that, it'll cost 10, take your whole turn, so maybe that'll slow down the game a little bit. And then ratings will be reset. Alright, so you'll have this bar next to your hero, like in constructed, where you'll have your weapon. That's where this bar will be, and you fill it up when you enter combat, deal damage to enemies, pop shields, win or tie combat. Small bonus for each turn for how many minions you have at the start of combat. So basically you want to play mid-range stuff at the beginning best you can. So you'll want to stay on 1 probably with the majority of heroes, and then double tier on 7 gold, which will require a token or a swabby to do that. Popping divine shields is interesting. That may mean taking pup bot is less appealing because you'll give your opponent more buddy meter. I didn't get to watch a whole lot of the reveal stream, but it looked like you could get it on 6 or 7 gold maybe for the lower tier ones. We'll have to try it out and see, get a feel for it. Buddies are earned at 3 different rates. Basically each hero's buddy has a tier on it. I guess it doesn't show them here. I think they're all 2, 3, and 4 tier minions for tier 2, 3, and 4 buddies. And so that's going to determine how fast your bar is going to fill up. 2 tier obviously is you're going to get it relatively quickly, and tier 4 is supposedly going to take a while. I don't know how long that is though. No idea. We'll probably do another video reviewing after we've played with them for a bit. And there's a limit to how much buddy meter can be filled in a round so that nobody runs with the game. There's a pun. Alright, so there's 2 sections. Once you fill it up to half, you'll get 1 buddy. And then when you fill it up the rest of the way, you'll get 2 more buddies. So if you still have your first one by the time you fill it all the way up, you get a triple. Sometimes that matters, sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes you might want to sell one so you actually get 2 of them, because some of them are battle cries. A gold one probably wouldn't help you that much. New heroes. We'll go over that when we look at their buddies. Hero updates. Alexstraza, odds for tier 6 dragons are no longer reduced. They never should have been reduced to begin with. Alexstraza has always been a terrible hero. Now her hero power might actually do something, but the tier to 5 costs 11 now, so it's going to be much harder for her to actually tier up to 5. She's going to be in a much more vulnerable spot. Ysera, Bob's Tavern no longer counts as being refreshed at the start of the turn if no new minions are added. So if you freeze, you're not going to get an extra dragon. It's a slight nerf. I don't think it'll be that big a deal. George, hero power now reads give a minion Divine Shield, so you can target Bob's minions. Can't think of very many scenarios you want to do that. You can give a Divine Shield to an Amalgadon in Bob's Tavern, so you're much more likely to get poisonous. Kel'Thas, Silas, and Shimvala will be disabled for bugs. Not a functional change. Alright, then we'll go to the heroes. AFK. Also, the fact that they took out the armor system, even if it's temporary, all these bad heroes like AFK who would normally have like 9 or 10 armor, now gonna have 0. Pretty big deal. And so all the heroes that are normally pretty strong, such as Hook Tusk, who normally doesn't have armor, is now on an even playing field. I think they could have left the armor system in, tweaked it later. Alright, Snack Vendor. It's a tier 2 one. At the end of your turn, give your tavern 3 minions, +1/+1. It's a 5/4. You'll get your 2 tier 3 minions on 5 gold. And then hopefully you'll have this guy too, but maybe you have to wait a turn because AFK is not going to be winning fights, so her buddy meter will probably feel slow. So probably take a turn or two after you get your tier 3s maybe. It's kind of mediocre. Maybe it'll help her stabilize after she first gets her minions, so you won't take too much damage after that. Overall, I don't think it's very good. The golden version's not going to matter. Meh. Alakir, a generally strong hero, gets a tier 3 buddy. Deathrat will give a random friendly minion Wind Fury, Divine Shield, and Taunt. It's a tier 3, so that's probably average stats for getting a buddy on tier 3. It's kind of like a buffed selfless hero. Not that great. You can put it on Taragosa permanently, but you could already do that with your hero power. I don't think it'll help Alakir that much. Alright, Alexstraza. Much harder to get this off now. Tier 3, 5/3, not great stats. Battlecry, add a random dragon of your tavern tier to your hand. Since this is tier 3, I'm going to assume you're going to probably be on tier 3 or tier 4 when you play this first, the first buddy. So you might get a bronze warden, promo or proto drake, or Taragosa. Not bad. The fact that you just get it to your hand means you'll get this buddy down and the dragon, so that might help you get to tier 5. It's alright. I don't think it'll help Alexstraza be a broken hero or anything. Arana, tier 3, Sklib, Demon Hunter. After you play a minion, your next refresh costs 0. So it's kind of like the 5/4 elemental. When you play an elemental, it reduces your tavern refresh. But for any minion, not exceptionally crazy or anything. Arana's a really bad hero. This is not going to help her. Rafam. Kind of weird that they show this Reno hero power here. Loyal Henchman, tier 3. After you kill a second minion each combat, get a plain copy of it. 6/6. Alright, those are really good stats and a really good ability. It's going to be pretty hard to stop an opponent or farm from getting to give him 2 bad minions. So you'll probably get a decent minion from this. And it's just generating value every turn. I'm not sure what the golden one does. I wish it would show that. You might get a golden copy of it if you kept it that long. Important to note, all these buddies actually, Alec here had an elemental tag. All of these buddies, not all of them have tags. Like Loyal Henchman doesn't have a tag, so it's going to be harder to keep it in the long term. But doesn't have a type. This is dragon. So the fact that the ones that have a type are going to be a little easier on you. Like you can get extra proto Drake buffs with this. Elemental, obviously, synergy. So you could buff it and keep it. Makes Alakir's a little better. Rafam was already good. It's gonna make him a little better. So I think he'll continue to compete. Brewcon, this is a new hero. Let's go over the hero power first. So start of combat is free. You just choose one of these 4 every time. Give 4 random friendly minions Deathrat will summon a 1/1, so it's like handing out plants to your minions. Can be good in the end game for popping shields. Other than that, early game it could put a lot of stats on the board, some extra stats on the board if you're staying on tier 1. Matters quite a bit. Double your leftmost minion's attack. Pretty cool. Double a cleaver, divine shield, wind fury or something. Give your rightmost minion 3 health and taunt. Meh, it's alright. If you need a taunt, it's nice to have the option. Start of combat, deal 1 damage to 5 random enemy minions. Kind of like the Earth Invocation. You're popping shields. That's pretty good. That's like Nefarian, old Nefarian. His hero power was 1 gold. At the start of combat, deal a damage to all your opponent's minions. This basically does the same thing, but for 0. So if they already have a bunch of shields, this could be fantastic in game. If they have like some kind of selfless generating shields build, you might want this one instead. Overall, cost 0. It's going to be insane. Versatile and powerful. His buddy does not have a tag. Tier 2 Spirit Raptor. After you call upon a new element, this remembers it. Deathrat will call upon those elements. So it goes with your hero power. And it says call upon a new element, so it's only going to be a one-time use for each one you pick, each hero power you pick. So it's not something you're going to want to keep around, but it's a tier 2, so it can help you, maybe it'll help you tier a little faster. Not bad. The hero's already good, so that's just fine. Cassoon. It's an okay hero, doesn't win. Tier 2, Tentacle of Cassoon. After a different friendly minion gains stats, gain +1/+1 until your next turn. So your bolts would have to hit something other than this. And then this gains temporary stats. I don't think it's needed to be temporary. I don't think it would be crazy if those were permanent buffs. Some of the bolts are going to hit him anyway and just not use its ability. It's a tier 2 though, so Cthulhu needs early game help, but overall I don't really like Cthulhu. Cthulhu's still going to be probably about the same or worse because everybody else's buddies are probably better than this. Captain Eudora, tier 3. It's a pirate, so you could keep it with like a menagerie thing or pirate build. At the end of your turn, give a random friendly golden minion +5/+5. So you're gonna hero power, probably get a 4 or less, and then get a tier 5. And then hopefully you'll have this by then. So you can immediately buff your whatever it is golden minion that'll be halfway decent. You could probably keep it as long as it doesn't. As long as it has a type, you can probably happily keep it and buff it. I think of this like a reverse gold gribber, which I think it's pretty decent if you're playing Menagerie. Captain Hook Tusk, pretty good hero. Gets a tier 2, 5/3. Okay stats for tier 2 for sure. Your hero power gets 3 options instead of 2, so that's like how it originally was, which was insane. So it'll be easier to get your triples. It does not have a type, so you're probably not keeping it, but you can use it to get triples before you sell it for like tier 5 or tier 6 minions, hopefully. The fact that it's tier 2 is pretty strong, so I think Hook Tusk will continue to be good. Cariel Rome, pretty bad hero, pretty boring hero. Gets a equally boring buddy. Not very good. Tier 3, not very good. At the end of your turn, give 3 random friendly minions ++1. So it's just like at the end of your turn, get a hero power use. Trash. Let's move on. Shinvala is going to be out for now, so I'm just going to skip her for now. Cookie is one of the best heroes in the game. Gets a tier 2 buddy, so I'll get it fast. You can use your hero power an extra time each turn. 2/5. Good stats. Gets it early. Buffs your hero power. Has a Murloc tag. So you can keep this the whole game. And you get it early, so it'll help keep you in the game. You're not falling behind. And you're getting an extra minion not every turn, but so you get 2 minions every 2 turns, which that's pretty insane. He was already one of the best heroes. This one will probably be nerfed in some way, and I think the golden one does it so you can use your hero power 3 times total per turn, so you'd be getting a minion every turn, which matters since you're probably going to keep this. Dang. Insane. Dancing Daryl, pretty solid hero, doesn't get first. After you sell a minion, gain ++1, also permanent. So that's pretty good. Does more Daryl things, so he's going to keep being good at what he's good at. So he'll probably keep being a solid hero. Death Speaker, Blackthorne. After you gain a blood gem, gain an extra one. That's a pretty cool buddy. Pretty interesting. So when you tier up, you'll get 3 blood gems instead of 2. Also, it's got the Cool Bore tag. And for like gem splitter, you're going to be filling up your hand easily every turn, because at every instance of you gaining a blood gem. So like, what's it? Bonker, Road Boar, Thorncaller, basically all those generators that do it usually every turn, you're going to be loading up on gems. Alright, moving on. Deathwing. He's pretty mediocre. 3, tier 3, Lady Sinestra. Your minions have +3 attack. 3/8. Pretty decent stats. I assume this affects herself, so she's really a 6/8. Pretty good. But it just keeps doing more of what Deathwing's doing, which usually doesn't get him a win or anything. And noticeably it buffs only your minions. So your hero power will give your opponents +2 attack and yours will have +5 attack. So, not great. I think Deathwing can do better. But it's themey. Dino Tamer Bran. Tier 2, so you get it early. Bran's Epic Egg. 0/3 taunt. Deathrat will summon a random battlecry minion and add a copy of it to your hand. So that's like you get it early, and it's like a mini genie, which is insane. That's his tier 6 card. I like to be greedy, so I'll probably keep this longer than you should, but we'll have to find out how how fast you can get the tier 2 rest of the bar filled and get a golden one of these. Notably, it adds them to your hand, but it will not affect his hero power because it says you have to buy the battle cries. But think of this like a mini Nest Matron, which is one of the best cards in the game. Bran needed the help, I would say, so that's pretty good. Drexar, new hero. 0, choose a friendly minion. It copies the attack of your highest attack minion for next combat only. That's kind of cool. I don't think it's especially good or anything, but it's cool. It costs 0, so you get kind of a mini Voltron effect for the combat. Frost Wolf Lieutenant, tier 3, 7/4. Avenge 2, give your minions +1 attack permanently. So, be really good in a mech build. I don't know that you're playing that you'd be happy about this with any other build. But mechs have a lot of tokens, so you'll be getting quite a bit of buffs, and they care about their attack more than anything. Edwin Van Cleef. Tier 3, SI7 Scout. After you buy a minion, gain +1/+1. It's kind of like Daryl's. Edwin needed better than this. He's not that great, but I like him. Doesn't have a type, which is kind of sad. Could have been a pirate. Oh well, I don't think Edwin will be that great. Elise has not been a good hero. Junior Navigator. At the start of your turn, get a recruitment map and reduce the cost of your maps by 1. Tier 3, 4/5. That is an interesting ability. I like that. I assume the recruitment map would be of whatever tier you're at that you get every turn. And the golden one, I believe, reduces it by 2. So that's pretty cool. Elise can, if you have decent minions in the tavern, you can just grab those and wait to play the maps until you get your buddy out, so you can save a little gold. Overall, pretty cool. Omu. Pretty good hero. It's a tier 4. That's the first tier 4 one we've got, so I don't know how slow that will be to get. Evergreen Botany. Not sure if I'm saying that right. the end of your turn, add a random minion of your tavern tier to your hand. That's pretty powerful ability. But again, that's really slow. And Omu wants to tier fast, so he's probably going to fill his buddy meter a little slower. But Omu didn't need anything crazy. I think that's a cool ability. You can sit on tier 5 or tier 6 with this a couple rounds and get some pretty good value. Alright, on to the next one. Fleurgal, also a tier 4. Sparkfin Soothsayer. Battlecry, transform minions in Bob's Tavern into Murlocs of the same tavern tier. Alright, there's a lot of higher tier Murlocs that you want to hit with this. For specific, like tier 3s have Felfin Navigator and Cold Light and Swolfin. Not great, but tier 4s have Primal Fin, insane. Tier 5s have Begurgle and Sefin, pretty insane. Tier 6s have no Murlocs, I'm pretty sure. So if you hit any tier 6s with this, they're all going to be Amalgadons, which is obviously insane. Pretty interesting, buddy. One of the ones you have no reason to... It does have a Murloc type, so you can keep it. It'll immediately put a Murloc in your comp, which is pretty cool. But you're probably still going to sell it, so because you don't need a triple, so that way you can fish more Murlocs out when you fill it up again. And separate them out a little bit. Gallecron, tier 3, Apostle of Gallecron, 5/7, really good stats. Battlecry, replace minions in Bob's Tavern with ones of a higher tavern tier. Really good ability. So there was a Dark Moon prize that did this Battlecry effect. It was pretty good. Helps stabilize you with which Gallecron needs. I don't know how fast you get tier 3s. You might have already grabbed your tier 5 or 6 or whatever that you were initially going for, but when you get to tier 4 or 5, this is going to be a really good Battlecry for you. Alright. Galewing, Flight Trainer, tier 2, 4/3. At the end of your turn, progress your flight path by 1 turn. So that's kind of like cookies, basically. You get to hero power an extra time. So, but Galewings does not have a type to it, so it's harder to keep. You don't get to target your type like Cook. Interestingly, it might make Plague Lands more interesting to pick, which is cool, because in general I think you always want to pick Ironforge. So hopefully this changes that up. The golden one probably does the same thing, progress it by 2 turns. So you could do Ironforge every turn if you had the triple. Galewing didn't need anything crazy. He's already good. George. Karl the Lost. Tier 3, 7/4. After you use your hero power, give your Divine Shield minions +2 attack. Kind of a strange ability. It's like the tier 4 Quillbore, Ground Shaker, I believe. When you play a Blood Gem on it, give your minions +2 attack this turn. But this is permanent, so probably help George be a little more consistent. Help him stay alive a little longer so he can get the stronger minions Divine Shielded. Pretty cool. Seems kind of a weird ability for George, but that's alright. Grebo. Tier 3, 4/7. Whenever you summon a taunt minion, give it +2/+2. So whenever you summon a minion during combat, it'll give +3/+4. That's insane. So like a mummy coming back would be a 4/5 taunt. Yeah, that's pretty insane. It doesn't say during combat, so if you just play a taunt minion in Bob's when you're taking your turn, it'll get +2/+2, kind of like a mini mama bear. Interesting. I like it. I like Grebo, but even though he's more of a mid-range hero, he's got a cool ability, and then this furthers that, so that's pretty cool. Guff, terrible hero. Baby Kodo is a tier 4, so it takes a long time to get. 3/6, Battle Cry, refresh Bob's Tavern with a minion of each tavern tier. So if you're on tier 2 or 3 when you play this, you'll still get your tavern will still be a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, even though you're not that tier. That's pretty cool. But I would say it's like old Gallecron getting you never know what you're gonna get. You might just get like a zap for your tier 6, and then it's kind of a waste. Didn't really get anything out of it. Guff's already a bad hero. I don't think this is gonna help him. Interesting battle cry, but not gonna do it. Illidan. Illidan is not a great hero, but his buddy is insane. It's a tier 2, so you get it quick. It's a 6/3, pretty decent stats. Wingman also gives... Wingman's his hero power. Wingman also gives immune while attacking for 1 attack only. So your left and right minion will gain +2 attack, attack immediately, and be immune for their first attack, which is even better than Divine Shield, because if you have a Divine Shield on either of those, they don't lose it because they're still not taking damage. Very powerful ability. His golden one gives it for 2 attacks, I believe. So like if you had a Wind Fury, it gets 2 free hits. If you had the Mega Wind Fury, the elemental Mega Wind Fury Divine Shield, it'd get 2 free hits because it's immune, and then hit with its Divine Shield, and then its regular swing. Ridiculous. Yeah, Illidan is going to be pretty powerful now, I believe. And also, this being a 6/3 immediately gives him something very good to use his hero power on. So his hero power would make it an 8/3 immediately. Toki. Tier 3 Clockwork Assistant. 3/3, has the mech tag. Discover a minion from a higher tavern tier. So you play it, you get, say you're on tier 3, you'll get to discover a tier 4 minion. That's pretty good, because it just goes straight to your hand. It's a mech, so you can keep it if you wanted to, and then when you make it gold, I assume you'd get two discovers, and you'd probably be on tier 4 or 5 by then. Pretty insane. Also, one thing I forgot to mention about these buddies that have the tag is if mechs are banned and you use this on tier 6, if mechs are banned and you're on tier 6 with this, pretty niche, but and you use Hamul, then you'll get only mechs, because if this was your most tavern type, pretty hard to do, but you'd get all Amalgadons, because that would be the only mech in the pool. which that could be worth selling your board for. That's very powerful. Just a thing to note with any of these heroes that have a type with their buddy, except for like, say, Jaraxxus. I think his is a demon, so if demons were banned, Jaraxxus wouldn't be in the pool anyway, so you wouldn't have to worry about it. Overall, pretty cool buddy. Jandis, good hero. 3-star, 4/4, not great stats. After you swap minion, give them stats equal to your tavern tier. So it's kind of like Rakanishu's hero power attached to your swap, and it buffs both of them. So that'll probably help in the early game. In the late game, maybe you keep swapping like a Tavern Elemental to keep getting its battle cry, and then it keeps getting +5/+5 every time. Not bad, not great. That's fine. Jandis didn't need anything crazy. Kael'thas, he's going to be, he's bugged, so we'll skip him for now. King Mukelo gets Crazy Monkey, tier 2, 4/4, good stats. It's a beast, so we got the Humul interaction if you wanted to, if beasts were banned. After you feed a minion a banana, give it +1/+1. Since it's a beast, I'd say that this is a pretty good buddy. And I don't think Mukelo is very good, so that's good that he got a good buddy. You could, I don't know how fast you'll get this, probably 3 or 4 turns maybe. But if you wanted to, you could save your bananas and wait and just have this crazy power spike where you use all your bananas once you play your buddy. You can also feed itself, so it'd get the banana buff and the +1/+1. I like it. Kurtrus. Is he bugged? I don't know. Let's go over it. Living Nightmare, tier 2. After you buy a minion, minions in Bob's Tavern have +1/+1 this turn. So when you're doing your hero power thing, it'll help you a little more in the mid game. Kurtrus needed it, but I still don't think he'll be a good hero. Moving on. Lich Boz, I never know how to say this. Bozheal. Tier 3, 4/4, not good stats. Unearthed Underling. Whenever your hero would take damage, this minion gains +2/+2 instead. Very good. Lich is always looking for these, your hero is immune basically effects, and this adds buffs on top of that. It does not have a type though, but it's kind of like Floating Watcher without the type. Very welcome buff to Lich. Cool ability. I like it. Lord Barav. After you play a gold coin, gain 1 gold this turn only. So while you're gambling, you get double gold out of your coins. Pretty good. And it's a tier 2, so you get it early with your gambling. That should help Barav get up much better. I like it. Here's Jaraxxus. Tier 3, Kill Wreck. Kind of a strong name, sounding name for a little imp. 3/6 taunt, very good stats. Death Rattle, add a random demon to your hand. So every combat you're getting a demon. It itself is a demon, so you can keep it and buff it I like it. I don't think jaraxxus is still going to be... I don't think that's going to make jaraxxus incredible by any stretch, but that's pretty cool. Welcome addition. It's better than a lot of buddies, I'd say. But his hero power is still bad. Myev. Shadow Warden, tier 2. 4/4 battle cry. Your next hero power makes the target golden and awaken 1 turn faster. Very powerful. So you'd get it in 2 turns. And it'd be go to your hand golden. Then you get to discover 1 and get a gold that you want. So this would be one of the ones you'd sell. It doesn't have a type anyway, so you don't care. That way, whenever you fill the rest of your bar, you'll get 2 more of these battle cries, which is insane. You'd have to stagger them out a turn though, because I don't think you could stack your next hero power with 2 battle cries, so very powerful. I like it. Might have needed that, because with 3 turns, I don't think she's been that good ever since she got nerfed to 3 turns. Pretty interesting hero power, or buddy hero power upgrade. Malygos. I like Malygos. Tier 3, 6/6. Nexus Lord. Arcane Alteration. Replaces with a minion of 1 tier, tavern tier higher. That's a very good ability. That's like free 2 uses per turn of free Gallecron hero powers. That's insane. And the golden one, I believe, makes them 2 tiers higher if you had kept this. Wow. I like it a lot. Malygos could use the help. And that sounds pretty fun to play around with. So you can like get a token and make them both tier oh, I guess that'd be golden. So you get a token, hero power, or you can just buy a random tier 3 that you don't want and hero power it up to a tier 5. Or you don't have to buy it first. Yeah, just put a tier 5 in the tavern when you're on tier 3. Pretty good every turn. Master Win, tier 2, 3/6. Very, very good stats. Master Win was already a good hero. Power of the Storm offers 3 options instead of 2. That's insane. So you get more versatility based on what's in the tavern, what you're doing. The golden one, I believe, shows 4 options. Insane. And I love Master Win because he's just, it's fun. This is going to amplify that. I love it. Probably needs a little nerf though. Stats or a tavern tier or something. Milhouse, one of my favorite heroes. Hey Glenn. Magnus Mana Storm, tier 2, 4/4. After you buy a minion, add 1 of the same tavern tier to Bob's Tavern. Insane. And Milhouse was already super powerful. So it really hurts the refresh, and now you don't have to near as much. When you get to tier 6 and you buy a tier 6, you can just keep buying tier 6s over and over, because this will keep putting them in the tavern. So powerful, this buddy. Milhouse is going to be super strong. Maleficent Mana Storm, tier 3, 4/4. Elementium Squirrel Bomb. Deathrat will deal 4 damage to an enemy minion. Repeat for each of your mechs that died this combat. I love bomb builds, and this just, you can just make a crazy bomb build out of this with all the token mechs that spawn. Have a Baron, just love it. Probably not going to be that great, but it'll be fun. Mr. Bigglesworth has been a fairly bad hero, but his buddy is insane. Tier 2, 5/2, terrible stats. At the start of your turn, get a plain minion from your lowest health opponent's warband. So whoever's in last place, I guess, you'll get a random minion from them. That's still really good, because this, you'll get it quick because it's tier 2. And so that'll help propel you in the early game, and then your hero power will take over in the late game. So I think Mr. Bigglesworth will be a much better hero. Mutanus, very good hero, also one of my favorites. 3-star Nightmare Ectoplasm. 5/4, whenever you devour this, spit its stats onto 2 extra minions. That's insane. I don't know why it's 2 extra minions. The golden one gives 4 extra minions, so you're hitting 5 minions with your spit. Your devourer hero power. And you can keep this as long as you can spit some stats on it here and there, which it makes it more likely. Ridiculous buddy for a ridiculous hero. Don't know why they do that, but it sounds super fun. Hey there, Glenn. Here, see if you can make it. Nazoth. Tier 4, Baby Nazoth, Battlecry Mecha friendly, Death Rattle minion, golden. That's pretty cool. It'll really help a beast build or even a bomb build. Very cool. I like it. It is rather slow though, understandably. It says friendly Death Rattle minion, so you can't use it to get a discover of a higher tavern tier because it'll already have to be on your board, but still, pretty cool. Probably doesn't make Nazoth incredible or anything, but fun. Nozdormu. I actually saw somebody playing this on their reveal stream. Chromie, tier 3, 6/6. Minions in Bob's Tavern have +1/+1 for each time it was refreshed. So as long as you didn't freeze, you automatically start with +1/+1 because it counts as a refresh. Then you'll get a free fresh from Nas. Honestly, those buffs stack up quicker than you'd think. But probably not gonna matter much in the late game, but very good for the mid game. That'll give you a fairly buffed board, I would think, over a turn or 2 or 3 maybe, to help you tier up. Pretty cool. Overlord Sorfang for the Horde also grants health. Tier 4 though, which I guess isn't that big a deal because you already have to wait for your hero power to get buffed anyway before you want to use it a lot. So you could be hero powering for like, say, +9 attack and then +9 health, so 1 gold +9/+9 to a minion. That's pretty good. I think they could have made this a little smaller and made it a tier 3 buddy for sure, but interesting idea. Hopefully they tweak it. Patches the Pirate, tier 3, 4/4 Battlecry. Give a minion +1/+1 for each pirate you played this game. So Patch is usually pretty decent in the mid game, so So you can just hold on to this for an insane buff with even Brand later. And also it says give a minion, so it doesn't have to be on a pirate. You could throw in a cleave maybe or something. Very cool. I like it overall. Patchwork, terrible hero. Tier 3 6/6 Battlecry, give a minion +1 health for each health your hero is missing. So your buddy is a Battlecry, make a Battlemaster. That's cool. I don't think it'll be very good. Sad, but Patchwork needs some help. Pyramid. Whenever a different friendly minion gains health, this gains it too. It doesn't have a type, which is kind of sad, but if you're playing like elementals or something, this could be like a Master of Realities kind of replacement. Similar type card. Overall, it's not that strong. Your hero power hits something, it could hit this, and you're just losing out on the extra value. Not gonna help Pyramid. Queen Wag Toggle, also terrible hero. Gets a tier 4, so it's really slow. It's a 4/3, so it has terrible stats. Elder Tag a Wag. Whenever you play a minion of a type you don't control, trigger your hero power. That's kind of interesting though. That's comparable. It's like a support unit for Menagerie, which you're already wanting to play. So you just exclude one type, say Elemental, since you get a lot of those. So if you have every other type in Elemental and you have this out, it's like a kind of a weird Light Fang or Agam, Blood Gem, Menagerie buffer. So you just spam play Elementals and your hero power would go off each time. It seems pretty decent actually. I like it. I don't think it'll make Togwaggle crazy by any sort, but it's pretty cool. Ragnaros. Tier 4. Lucifron. 5/3. At your end of turn effects trigger twice. Very cool. I don't think there's a whole lot of end of turn stuff you can play with this. Obviously it affects your hero power twice. Pretty powerful. And you can buff it with your hero power, so that'll make it easier to keep. Or you can just have it as a support unit, it's probably better. It doubles Light Fang buffs. Interesting idea. Maybe they'll add more end of turn minions. Rakanishu. Lantern Tender. Tier 3, 3/5. At the end of your turn, give a random friendly minion stats equal to your tavern tier. So you're getting a free hero power each turn, but it's random. Not gonna be that great. Rakanishu's cool because you can target a specific minion that you wouldn't normally be able to buff that much. This is kind of just a mediocre support unit for a little while. Reno. Tier 3, 7/3, Senior Tomb Diver. Deathrat will make your rightmost minion golden. It's not permanent, so it's not going to be that good. I don't think, unless you have a specific minion, it's not going to help you that much, because it's just for the combat. If you have a Baron, it would help you a lot, because you'd have to swing with this first, and then your Baron would be golden, if you have that to the far right. But other than that, I don't see much application for it. and you wouldn't have Baron that early anyway. And if you did, you probably would have hero powered it with Reno, so not that useful in my opinion. Scabs, insane hero. Let's see if it gets an insane hero or buddy. Tier 4, 4, 6. At the start of your turn, add your next opponent's buddy to your hand. Alright, that is pretty insane. Well, I'm seeing a trend here. It is a tier 4, so you'll get it pretty slowly. But to keep getting buddies in general seems very powerful. But maybe I'm overestimating it, since not a lot of them are battle cries, and you won't have room for like several buddies on your board at once. But it sounds like a pretty fun hero power, and it's probably pretty good anyway. Shutterwalk. Tier 2, Muckslinger. 5/3. After you play a minion, add a random battlecry minion to Bob's Tavern. That's very cool. So if you stay on 1, then your battle cries are probably going to be just tokens and dex swabby. So if you stay on 1 a little extra with this, you just have the most insane shutterlings you could think of. I would just get, you could sell your whole board and get 2 triples per shutterling. Plays into the strategy. I love it. Silas. Oh, Silas is bugged, so we'll skip him. Sandragosa. Tier 3. Thawed Champion. 5/7. Good stats. At the end of your turn, add a random frozen minion from Bob's Tavern to your hand. At the end of your turn, add a random frozen minion. So if you're freezing the whole tavern, like you probably would be in the early game, doesn't matter because this is a tier 3, so you're probably not freezing the whole board at that point. But you can single target 1 minion, get a free minion every turn with your hero power, but it's not necessarily going to be one you want, because it'd have to be on your last tavern refresh. Pretty cool idea. I don't think it'll make Sandragosa that good, but I like it nonetheless. Sir Finley. Gonna load? I guess not. Maybe it has to load all these first. If I remember correctly, it's a tier 3 1/1 battle cry. Add the buddy of your hero power to your hand. Oh, here we go. Yep. Maxwell Mighty Steed. It is a beast, so that's one thing to note for Hamul, or you're probably not keeping it, but either way, it's an extra gold over whatever hero buddy you're playing. I feel like they could have done something a little cooler with it, but it's fine. Shark bait. So Crag's one of the bad heroes overall. So this is like a pretty insane buddy, and I heard that the Hearthstone devs said this was the best buddy in their testing, so it's got that going for it. It's also a beast. Tier 4, so it'll be slow. Shark bait, battle cry, refresh your hero power, and it doesn't reset the counter, so you could just play this. Say your hero power gave 10 gold, you could just have a 20 gold turn. It's really hard to note when you'd get this, but either way, I like that it allows you to use your hero power earlier to try to stay alive. because then you'll just get to refresh it later and use it. So overall, I think Sky Captain Crag might be in a decent hero now. Very cool. And tripling it's not going to help you, so you can sell the original and then have like a 30 gold turn later. If you're still alive by that point, you probably just win the game. Sneed. Terrible hero right now after the nerf. Piloted Whirlotron. Battlecry, copy of friendly minions, death rattles. So it is a mech. So you could stack up a bunch of battle cries on something and then copy it onto this mech. The fact that it's a mech helps it a lot, but I still don't think that's a very good buddy. It says copy of friendly minions battle death rattles, so you could enhance your bomb build with this for fun. Copy a golden bomb or the Kangor's Apprentice onto this. Pretty interesting, but overall I don't think it's very good. Tamsin, terrible hero. Tier 3 monstrosity. 0-12. After a friendly minion dies, gain its attack. So it's got 12 health, so your hero power is not going to hit it, obviously. Hopefully. Supposed to go with your hero power, so you immediately gain the attack, and then you gain the stats of whatever your hero power hit. It's not a very good buddy, but it does keep scaling its attack through combat, so you'll just have it at the end and it'll be massive, I guess. Massive attack. Not a very good buddy. Tamsin's still going to be trash. Hopefully they do something different with this. Tavish Stormpike, new hero. Take aim, start of combat, deal damage to your target. Upgrades each turn. So it's like Brewcon where it's 0 and you choose one each turn. Start of combat, deal 1 damage to the leftmost enemy minion. Deal damage to the rightmost enemy minion. Deal damage to the highest health enemy minion, or deal damage to the lowest health enemy minion. That's a very interesting ability. So in the end game, it's going to be like, if you know what your opponent has, basically you can try to snipe their Baron, for example. I really like the flexibility of it. It's probably going to be one of the better heroes. Even in the early game, like dealing 1 or 2 damage is going to be very helpful for those early combats. So this is a very cool hero power. Maybe a little too powerful. And his buddy is Krabby. Tier 3, 5/3. After your hero power fires, give adjacent minion stats equal to the damage dealt. So they're not permanent stats. This is like a mini proto Drake for your board, and it's a beast. The buddy's not that great, but the hero overall is going to be pretty good, I think. Tess, Hunter of Old. Tier 4. 6/4. At the start of your turn, add your last opponent's buddy to your hand. So it's like a reverse of Scabs, I think. Tess is still a bad hero. She doesn't have the power of scabs, but playing with other people's buddies is always going to be a cool mechanic. So if you like crazy stuff, Tess is still going to be the hero for you. The Curator hasn't been a very good hero overall, I don't think. But his buddy is insane. Tier 2, so you get it quick. It's another amalgam, because it has all types. 3/3, whenever you are amalgam, gain stats, this gains them too. So you're already wanting to buff your amalgam, since it's something you're going to keep. And so now you're, for every battle cry that buffs your amalgam, this gains them too. So you're going to have 2 massive amalgams. And the golden of this gains their stats twice, so it's just going to be ridiculously big. And probably Divine Shield poison. That's a pretty insane buddy. Curator's going to be pretty good now. It might be good enough to just pick Curator even when like mechs are banned or murlocs are banned. Probably not both. The Great Akazam Zarak gets Street Magician, a tier 3 5/3. Deathrat will put a random secret onto the battlefield. I assume you keep the secret if it didn't trigger during combat. I don't know if Ice Block is in it, but if it is, that's ridiculous. Imagine this with Baron. It's secret Ice Block's probably excluded from this to keep shenanigans out of it, but like if not, you could just like triple Baron with this and probably get an Ice Block every turn. So that's, I assume they took it out. Either way, this is a really cool minion. I think they should add a few more secrets to the pool, or change some secrets, because some of them are pretty meh, like Snake Trap. Pretty cool buddy though. Lich King gets Arphus, his dog. Tier 2, 4/3 Reborn, that's very good stats. Your other Reborn minions summon an extra copy after dying. It is a beast, and beasts get reborn stuff. Only other reborns of note are probably Mummy and Bronze Warden, which are pretty good hits for this. It is a good minion for your beast build, I would say. You can keep it in there, and maybe have some Myexnas that spawn a bunch more Myexnas, even more poison scam. Interesting buddy, I like it. Rat King gets Pigeon Lord. Weird name. Tier 2 3/4. Your refreshes cost 0, while Bob's Tavern doesn't have the minion type of your hero power. Very interesting. I think it'll help Rat King in the early game, which he needed, because just randomly getting screwed out of never getting a hero power activation, it's not fun. So I think this will help Rat King a decent amount, but still not be one of the top heroes or anything. Ticketus gets the Ticket Collector. Tier 3 6/6 Battlecry, discover a Dark Moon prize from the most recent turn. Most recent prize turn. So if you can wait until after the second prize with this, yeah, that's pretty good. I imagine if you get your other 2 later with Bran, it's ridiculous. Just get those high tier ticket prizes multiple times over is ridiculous. Like the permanent Divine Shield one, you could just be a George. There's an Ice Block in there. Yeah, if you can hit it off of that turn, that'll be really good. Galewix, pretty cool, pretty good hero. Tier 3, 6/3. Give a minion +1/+1 for each gold you've spent this turn. It's a ridiculous ability for an already good hero. Let's say you get it on like, just guessing, like 9 or 10 gold, and then you can give any minion +10/+10 to help stabilize you in the mid game. Insane. Galewix is gonna be really good. Vandar Stormpike, new hero. Choose a friendly minion. It copies the health of the highest minion for your next combat only. I don't know if that's as good as the other one. It does just attack. This one does just health. You can buff the tricksters with it, or you can buff, if you have a big minion in the end game, you could like buff a myev or a spore's health. Overall, I don't think that'll be a good hero. I think his buddy's just the opposite of the other guys. Give your minions +1 health permanently for Avenge 2. Tier 3, 4, 7. Overall, pretty meh. His buddy's probably better than the other. I guess giving health permanently is pretty good. So his hero power is, I don't know if that's as good. But I guess it works with more builds. Probably a lower tier hero though. Vol'jin. Very cool hero. Tier 3, Master Gadrin, eat 5. At the end of your turn, adjacent minions copy this minion's attack. Alright, so putting 8 attack on 2 minions is going to be pretty good in the mid game, but since you're Vol'jin, you can just swap whatever stats you want out of this guy and make him even better. He doesn't have a type, but that could be very good for like a Divine Shield build, for example. I still think Vol'jin's going to be a middle of the road hero, but that's a pretty interesting buddy, so that's pretty cool. And Xyrella. Xyrella gets one of the most insane buddies too. Also a good hero. Baby Elec, tier 2, 2/2. After you play a minion with attack equal to its health, gain +2/+2, and it's a beast. So you can do Humul shenanigans with this. You can make it big pretty easily, honestly. Like, just say you get this on 5 or 6 gold, and then you play a Elemental. It gets +4/+4 immediately. You can use your hero power, another +2/+2. This buddy, I could definitely see getting nerfed. They could remove its tag, and it'd still be pretty good. The fact that this has a beast tag on top of everything is just kind of ridiculous. Yasharj gets Baby Yasharj, tier 3, 6/6. Whenever you summon a minion of your current tavern tier, give it +4/+4. I think that'll help you tier up a little faster, because getting a Banner Boar, for example, on tier 3 will usually make you lose that fight, guaranteed, and so this will make it, whatever minion you get, at least relevant. Hopefully he gets armor back soon. Overall, Yogg-Saron. I wish they put the wheel on here. I don't actually know what the wheel does. It's not like the constructed wheel, obviously, but it's got some unique effects. I think it'll put some spice into Yogg's hero, which needed it. I know it has like a 5%er shoot +4/+4 buffs all around until it hits your hero or Bob. Other than that, I don't know what the rest of them do. So we'll just leave it at that for now. Ysera gets Tier 3, 3/3, dragons and Bob's Tabernacle +3/+3. Ysera didn't need a buff. It has a dragon type, dang. So that's already better. But I don't think that's a particularly strong buddy. It'll help in the mid game though. So kind of boring. Probably an okay buddy. Whatever. Zephyrus the Great. Has an elemental tag. It's one of the very good tags. Tier 3 battle cry, discover a plain copy of a minion that you have exactly one of. So I guess ideally you can get a triple out of any minion on your board, actually, I guess. If you sell down to 3, then I guess you could guarantee a triple on something you really wanted. Like a Bran. Pretty interesting buddy. Since it's got a tag, I'm gonna say it's a pretty good buddy. I still don't think Zephyrus will be insane, but good overall. And that is it. Thanks for watching, guys. Let's have some fun with the buddies soon. Overall, I like the buddy patch. I think it's going to be a good change overall for the game. These first few days of the patch, or however long it takes for them to nerf it, I think are going to be pretty wild and unbalanced, but that's going to be very fun for us for a little while. That'll be it for the video. Make sure to like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video, and you can catch me on Twitch at LKI187. Thanks for watching. See you on the next one.